Well, we're in the studio with Corey and Rhonda, and today's topic is just for couples. We're talking today about the most important relationship in your home. So, Corey and Rhonda, you mentor a lot of folks. What do you think most couples might instinctively say?
Their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear that a lot.
Yeah, there's a sense of duty to your kids.
Right.
And it's a big relationship. I mean, there's a lot to that relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe with the in-laws.
Yeah.
You know, that's an important relationship within a marriage.
Like
Or
extended
can
family.
be.
Well, and some
Extended
people
family.
live, in-laws live in the home. Yep.
It certainly can create problems in a marriage, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Now, I personally hear some people say the most important relationship is with yourself, that you are kind to yourself,
Yeah.
you're a good friend for yourself. If you're not good to yourself, you can't be good to someone else. So I could see some people answering it that way.
And of course, the Bible study attenders, they're going to automatically go with the Sunday school answer, which is, well, it's your relationship with God.
Right.
And certainly there's truth to that. That's
Yes.
the most important relationship in a follower of Jesus' life. But we're talking about relationships in the home. So go ahead and tell us, what's the most important relationship in the home?
For sure with the spouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And why is
So-
that? Corey, why is it so important for the relationship between husband and wife to be right, for every other relationship to go right?
It's important because it sets the tone for the whole house. So that relationship between husband and wife is emulated by the children in the home. So the stronger that relationship is, the better all the other relationships in the house underneath that will be. They're seeing that example and they're following that example.
And Trace, what else does it do for the kids to grow up in a home where mom loves dad and dad loves mom, and that relationship is first? Is that going to hurt kids to think they're second?
Yeah. No, I think kids are drawn to feeling safe. And so I think when they see mom and dad getting along and there's structure and there's consistency and the relationship between mom and dad is secure, then kids feel secure, and then they have the freedom to grow then within that secure environment. You know, when mom and dad are volatile and things are not going well in the marriage, the kids pick up on that and just absorb that into their life, and it's hard.
Yeah, and even in a functional home, I think when a dad gets home, or however the situation is, I remember my dad would come home from work, and then mom was focused on the kids, and now dad's focused on the kids.
Yeah.
And so it looked like our parents were focused on the kids the whole time, and my parents were incredible parents, but it was a different thing to think, wait, I should be focused on my relationship with you. That's not a selfish thing, and that's not negative for the kids.
Right.
That's actually very positive for the kids.
No, I think the kids need to see that mom and dad have their own relationship.
Yes.
And then that's secure, and then you guys also interface with the kids.
Right.
Yes.
They'll bring that with them for the rest of their life. I mean,
Yeah.
that's watching a strong husband and wife relationship will go with the kids forever. I mean, our job is to raise them up and put them out into the world as God-fearing people. And if they see that relationship, that'll follow them forever. I mean, we hear all the stories of how, it was single family or bad relationship or all these kind of things. Well, good, strong relationships also follow. They
Right.
just aren't talked about as much, I
Right.
guess.
And here's where this comes from in Scripture. Ephesians chapter 5, it says, Paul's writing to the church, and he's talking about spirit-guided relationships in the home. And the first thing he says is, husbands, love your wives like Christ loved the church. So he goes right away, I think he does this on purpose, he goes right away to the relationship between husband and wife, even 2,000 years ago. So this isn't even a cultural thing. This isn't an American culture phenomenon.
Right.
This is just the way God designed families to work. Husbands, love your wives like Christ loved the church, which means he was willing to give himself up for her. And then later on, he says in chapter 6, he says, and kids, obey your parents, and fathers, don't exasperate your kids.
Right.
So there's more instruction to the household. But the very first thing he says is, husband and wife, get it right, And on top of that, Corey, speak to this, husbands love your wife like Christ loved the church. What does that mean to us?
So that is not ruling with an iron fist. That is actually loving them, sacrificing. So we all know that Christ sacrificed everything for the church, which means we need to, do whatever is necessary to love our spouse and the rest of the family, but it starts with your spouse.
Yeah, that's good.
Whether it's working from dusk to dawn or whatever. We can come up with a bunch of tangible examples, but You hear a lot of people say, well, I'm tired, and sure, everybody is. We understand that, but working from dusk to dawn is a requirement. Taking care of situations that need to be taken care of.
And that's really the essence of spiritual leadership in the home. When the Bible talks about men should be spiritual leaders, that doesn't mean, woman, go get me my slippers.
No.
That doesn't mean, right? That means
Yeah.
that you step up the way Jesus led the church as he died for her and he served her. And that's really what spiritual leadership boils down to. But this first relationship is so important. So couples, I just encourage you, as you sort of wrestle with if you have kids at home, how do we be better parents? The best gift you can give to your kids is to have a great relationship with your spouse. So dig into that a little bit, use the questions below to talk about it, and we'll see you in the next video.